Hello and welcome once again to Ignite Your Impact. My name is Jen Rhodes. I am patiently waiting for my husband to take a drink so I can intro the show.
We're ready.
Hello, Matt.
Hello. We're back. Had a week off.
We did.
Yeah.
You look tan.
I feel tan.
I feel tan. You're supposed to reciprocate.
Oh, you look tan too.
Thank you.
Yeah, you look great. First beach vacation of the year.
I still have seawater in my ear. So like if I move my head, I can hear it kind of sloshing around. First world problems.
Yeah.
We snorkeled too much and now I have water in my ear. So our daughter was giving us tips. Our daughter, who's up here, is giving me tips on how to get water out of my ear. So also, quick side note, if you are watching this on YouTube and you happen to see a tail come by,
It's not mine.
it's not Matt's. It's not mine either. Finn got his summertime haircut yesterday and he's feeling a little embarrassed and he's just being a little extra clingy today. So we're, the face he just gave Matt, like, I'm naked, Dad. But it's so good for your skin, buddy. Nope, stay down. Okay. We're going to jump in. I
see the tail right now.
I see the tail. Oh, bless his heart. And there he is. Now you get to see Finn. I love this topic. I've talked about this type of a theme for years now.
Yep.
Right. So I'm going to let Matt jump.
Yeah. So let's jump in. I think the first thing is let me ask you something. What if the reason that you're stuck isn't a lack of strategy? It's your refusal to fully commit. I'll say that again. What if your reason isn't a lack of strategy? It's because you have not fully committed. And today we're going to talk about that. This is something that changed the course of our marriage, our health, and our entire business life. It was the moment that we went all in. Not testing the waters. It was all in those areas. And here's the wild part. When you finally stop dancing around your goals. So when we finally stopped dancing around our goals and fully committed, the world started working for us. And we're gonna hit that a little bit today, the magic behind that. But doors opened, opportunities just appeared in front of us. People showed up, but none of that happened until we got real. And as we kind of talk through today, you'll start to see that theme like, holy shit, someone just showed up that needed to show up in their life at that exact moment. Somehow the world just started conspiring for us. So we want to take you behind the scenes a little bit on that shift and how going all in flipped everything upside down for us in a great way.
Yeah.
In the best way.
Yeah. I want to start with what all in really means. Most people think they're committed. They're just involved.
Yep.
Right? Know where you stand. They say, I'm going to get in shape, but they don't change their schedule. They say, I want to build wealth, but won't make time to learn or invest. They say, I want a better marriage, but keep settling for surface level connection. Going all in is when every part of your life, your time, your money, your energy, your belief lines up behind the thing you say you want. When you put all efforts in this one thing, until then, you're playing safe. You're 1 foot in, you're 1 foot out. I'm going to see if this works. God, how many times have we heard that? I'm going to see if this thing works.
Yeah.
Safe doesn't move mountains. When we stopped dipping our toes and said, no more backup plan, everything shifted. We burned the boats a few times. That moment of real commitment, that's when the universe started conspiring for us.
Yeah, so let's jump into kind of the turning point in that journey and see if anyone can relate to that. So we're going to talk about the 3 life-shifting areas, marriage, fitness, and business. I think most everyone can relate to this. Not everyone is a business owner, but you can still put this in that theme, because just because you don't own a business doesn't mean you're not a business within inside your company. We're going to talk to those and how they only transformed after we fully committed. So the first one, let's hit the toughest one first. This is always the toughest one, at least for us. I think it's toughest for everyone. So let's talk about marriage. So marriage, we've been married 19 years. We'd built multiple businesses. Some of them super, super, super successful. Some of them not.
Some of them crashed and burned.
Yeah. We've been raising kids. Our kids were getting a little older at this time.
Neither of those crashed and burned.
Yeah. We gone through, some moves and some mayhem. We not a ton of moves, but we lived in LA. We lived in Kansas City, moved houses. And yet one day, I want you to listen closely. One day we looked at each other and we felt like roommates, and worse, being business partners, coworkers. We had drifted. We were functioning, not thriving. Mm. Have you ever felt that way? Have you ever felt like it was a roommate? Like the spark is gone, but you don't know how to reignite it, but you want to.
Sorry, I'm going to get a little misty.
Yeah.
I hope this hits. Have any of you had this experience? You wake up after years of marriage and wonder, what the hell happened to us the last 10, 15 years? And you begin to wonder, like, are you still in love? Do you love this person? Are you still in lust? What should I say? What happens next? I can't live like this.
So let's transition to fitness.
Please.
Yes. Owning gyms and being out of shape is a weird kind of shame. Every morning, waking up to that mirror, reminding us of what we used to be and what we could be. That fucking mirror, I tell you what, every morning you wake up and you look at it before you get in the shower, and then you get out of the shower and you look at it again, then looking at it as you get undressed to crawl into bed, that fucking mirror. And then you think about the closet, roaming around trying to find something to cover up with what you just saw in the mirror.
So sorry, you got vulnerable and you made me misty again.
It's a frustrating time. We were putting in the effort. We were grinding. We were doing 2 days, crazy cardios, meal plans, and nothing had changed.
Yeah.
So let's now shift. We hit the marriage. We've hit the fitness. Let's move on to business. And damn, could we use a lot of examples here?
Ooh.
A lot.
Yeah.
But I just want to pull from the most recent one that hit us, and that's me starting a real estate company. But we would have examples from starting the gyms to starting yoga studios to starting the online business. But let's hit the real estate one. So I spent initially, to get the company started, probably $75,000, which for context, that is not a lot of money to start a company.
It's honestly not.
It's a lot of money, but it's not a lot to start a company.
It is. It's true. It like the ROI. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then on top of that, you got to have $100,000 in liquid cash, basically, so you can put that into deals and things like that. So I'd spent months training, learning, and trying to network, basically working for free. I love what I was doing, but it was frustrating not seeing results. I tie this back to fitness. It's the same thing. You sometimes spend months and you're doing all the things, but you're not seeing results. And that's where I was at. And I asked myself, man, I just named off a few of our businesses. We had, a lot here on the left side that did really, really well. We had a couple here on the right that failed. And I don't know if it was my unconscious or my conscious mind was saying, oof, I haven't seen any results for a while. Is this one of them that we're going to tack up on the right side? I mean, I believed in it, but that's that little nagging feeling. It's like, ooh, I failed before at this. Is this going to fail again? Did I waste a bunch of time and money? I think you can relate that to everything, from marriage, fitness, businesses, whatever it is. In all three examples of this, tying this up, there was a lot of maybe I will do it tomorrow, or I'll start next week. Have that conversation with my wife. start that fitness program. Dial in that business. Or maybe why isn't he or she seeing what I'm seeing? Why is this so hard? Maybe I'm past my prime.
Again, this is hitting right in the gut today. By now, many of you are thinking, yeah, this sounds very familiar. You may not be speaking it out loud, but that trash in your head might be saying these things. And you might even be wondering, shit, Jen, are you talking right to me? It's good. Since you're listening to this and you're thinking about going all in as well. I have talked to many listeners that were very hesitant to, at first, to go all in on yourself. But many of you have started with me, with the Phoenix Method, for all of the exact same reasons we just talked about. Now you made a choice that forever changed your life, a choice to get started, a choice to go all in on yourself. And opportunities have opened up that you didn't even know existed.
Yeah, and this is the perfect time. The opportunities you know didn't exist. This is the perfect time to talk about the conspiracy part, how the world conspires for you at this time. Because this is where it gets really, really interesting, at least in our story and many, many more. When we fully committed, it was like the world started working in our favor. And I'm not talking about magic or coincidence, but shit, I mean, it is.
Yeah, we started stacking wins quick, and it was like, yes. Momentum.
And when I say we started, like I gave you a present day example in business, and I'm going to show you how that happened as well. But I'm talking about how when you go all in, your mindset shifts, completely shifts. You start seeing opportunities that you might have missed before. You know, William would always say, people will be walking in a room and they'll miss the dollar on the ground. There's a lot more, but I won't go into that. That'd be another podcast. But you start to see opportunities. Yeah, you start to see opportunities that you would have missed before, and people begin to show up who can help you get to the next level because you don't have to do it on your own. People show up, and that's what I mean when the world conspires around you. Things just start showing up in your world. It's like an unspoken energy that just starts to move things in the direction that you want. But remember, you're not going to see until you decide to go all in. Until then, it's just potential waiting for action.
Yeah. There's many ways to go all in, right? I mean, it's not just planting your flag like, I'm all in, right? It started with our fitness.
Yep.
Both of us. It started with our fitness. We each hired a fitness coach at different times. We both spent $8,000 each.
Yes.
I
think it was $4,000 each, but I can't remember. It doesn't matter.
It does not matter, Matt. Semantics.
It was a shitload of money for us at that time.
It was a lot that we did not feel we had at that time. No, it was. It was $8,000 total. I do remember that. You're right. Not inflation hadn't hit yet. But that was a shitload of money for us to spend on an online fitness coach, on something I was already doing, considering that we have coaches that we employed, right? It was also around COVID when our businesses were losing thousands by the minute. I've had 2 separate conversations this week, and it's so funny. 5 years ago, hey, what did COVID do to your business? I'm like, it decimated it. Yeah. It completely decimated it. Oh, well, you had a loan. Yeah. So I could keep my employees going. But do you realize DirecTV kept charging us? We should have been hosting 6 feet apart parties for the for the subscriptions that we still like. We did not get the luxury of a paycheck still. World was turning upside down. And this was when our marriage was so shaky. Crap, I'm misty again. All right, we're going to get through this, Jen. But that amount of money caused us to commit. If I'm going to put this money down, this better fucking work. I'm going to give this everything I got because this is all I've got left.
Yeah.
That purchase was about all we had left.
No, we didn't even have that. We put it on a credit card.
Yeah, yes. I know. Anyway, which you told me a lie about. But anyway, that's another podcast as well. Don't lie to your wife. But that amount of money caused us to commit. It literally caused us to go all in. I'm going to give this everything I've got, this fitness thing. And we haven't even got to the mindset piece. But sometimes it's just what you need. That decision. You need to commit with your money. 8K was all in for us financially. And that was before the hospital bills from our daughter started rolling in, right?
Yep.
Because of that investment, we changed our way of thinking about fitness. It solved more than I realized it was going to solve with me. I joked that I was a high-functioning anorexic for 20 years, right? It solved so much more than just this fitness thing. Because it changed our scope. Maybe we've been doing this wrong the whole time. Maybe we've been doing us wrong the whole time.
It started open thoughts.
It did.
Well, we weren't there, but it started open thoughts.
It started helping us at least talk about it.
Yeah.
Maybe there's another way. We didn't have to do 2-a-days in the gym. Man, this is kind of working and I'm doing less. Well, I don't even know what that means. I'm go, Energizer Bunny. We didn't have to sacrifice. I didn't have to starve. You're kidding me. I've always had to starve. I have to eat more? You want me to take a nap? What the fuck? But we committed to the principles they were trying to teach us, and the results started coming quickly. We were new people with new confidence. Still a broken marriage. And yet, the world still conspired for us. The fitness coach, after a few months of coaching, said, I really think you guys need to meet my mindset coach. I think you're ready for next level stuff. And that's when we met William.
Yeah, if you remember back, I said people.
I know, I'm Misty.
People start showing up for you. So John fixes our fitness. Mm-hmm. But Jen said we still have that marriage issue. We hire John for a good amount of money, and then all of a sudden someone else shows up. He introduces us to William. We wrote a $40,000 check to William. We just upped the ante on commitment.
Yeah.
Because remember, 2 months earlier, $8,000 was a lot for us. We just wrote a $40,000 check. $8,000 to $40,000. And at that time, we didn't really know what William could do. So that was a massive amount of money. When you spend money, you're always looking at ROI. We didn't know what the ROI was at that time. But we put trust in it. And remember, this is one of those instances where we were going all in. That was all in again for us.
Yeah.
More. I mean, all in financially, but all in like this has to work.
Yeah.
So, but the key thing is we weren't putting $40,000 into William's hands. We were saying we're all in on us. We're all in on each other. And that's what we're putting the $40,000 into. Yeah. It was that all in.
That commitment.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to get through this. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. That commitment changed everything. That recommitment. Good Lord. All right. We got the help we needed. We invested. And we chose each other again. And he helped us resolve and heal most of the damage that we'd collected over 20 years in one weekend. I can't put that into scope for people. I just can't. And after years of therapy, I couldn't even believe what was happening. It was like we were totally different people. And since then, we've gone on to write well over 6 digits to help us grow in all areas of our life. I'm going to get myself under control.
Yeah, let me jump in then.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, so I would say that those investments in fitness, as we said, started to bleed over into other areas of our life. And the investment in the mindset training started bleeding over other areas of our life. And that fixed our businesses, which caused us to be able to pay those bills and do those things. But I do want to transition to business and get back to the one that I talked about earlier. I thought I was going all in on real estate until one day, one of the coaches, because I hire coaches for real estate as well, told me to open up my calendar. And it was right then that I realized I was only going half in. I thought I was all in. You remember earlier, Jim was talking about that people thinking they're all in, but what was it you said? They're not trying. They're, I don't remember what it was, but you think you're all in, but you're not until you basically open your calendar and see where your priorities are at.
Yeah.
My time told the truth right there. I was treating it like a side hustle. This podcast is about going all fucking in. I was treating this like a side hustle. Not a serious mission. It's got to be a serious mission. You don't have to be serious about everything in your life. But I think marriage and fitness and finances, you need to be pretty damn serious. They need to be a serious mission. So I made the shift and I went all in. And within weeks,
days,
the magic,
days,
the coincidences, the shit that just started showing up. 10 months of trying to figure things out, I go all in, a 249 unit property under contract, an 84 unit right behind it, multiple deals in motion. And we were struggling to find a good deal for 10 months. We are now turning down good deals, not bad deals. We're turning down good deals because there's so many that are presenting themselves. I'm literally saying no to great things coming into my life because there's so much opportunity that's flowing in right in front of me, left and right. It's not magic, it's momentum. And the victory streak has started because I went all in. When you commit fully with your energy, it changes, your standards change. And suddenly you just start seeing things that were always there, but invisible to a half-committed version of you.
I love that comparison. Coaches showed up. Capital partners showed up. Healing happened. Growth exploded. But none of it started until we, M and J, started showing up as the person who deserved that next level.
The world does not respond to maybe, it responds to I'm all in.
Ooh, I love that.
So let's transition to taking action and moving forward.
Yeah. So what does that mean for you? Maybe you're stuck in a cycle of planning and thinking, but not truly committing. Maybe you're just trying this app that you paid $20 a month for to see how this fitness thing works and still can't understand why you're running your ass into the ground with no results. Maybe you're stuck in this cycle. You might feel like you're not getting the results you want in your fitness or your business. I'm here to tell you the results won't come until you commit. Put your money where your mouth is. You want your marriage to heal? Your body to transform? You want your business to scale? Stop asking, what if it doesn't work? And start asking, what if this is the thing that changes everything? Here's the truth. You don't need to know all the steps. You don't need to know the first 5 steps. You just need to say, I'm done playing small. I'm in.
Yeah, so how do you commit? You know, this is my personal opinion because it's worked over and over and over and over for me. I find someone who's done what I want to do and I adopt what they've done. Whether it's their beliefs, their systems, their strategies, whatever it is, I see them and I do what they're doing.
Yeah, monkey see, monkey do.
For fitness, it took us spending some money that we didn't have to fully commit. So it was basically financially putting our asses on the line.
Yep.
For our relationship, again, it took an investment. But it was an investment in us. Not just an investment in the money. It was a shitload of money, but it was an investment in us because we were all in. For business, it took looking at what I actually was doing and not doing that change things. There's a few ways to commit right there. Sometimes it takes a financial commitment, and sometimes it takes a time commitment. But for us, it was a combination of both.
For sure.
Yeah.
Focus on that commitment and let everything else follow. That's when the world starts to open up for you. And those of you that listen that are already on the other side of your transformation, how many wild things have shown up since we started working together? Because you took that commitment and said, I'm all in. Jen, let's go. So I challenge you today. Go all in, whatever that means for you, wherever that means for you. Maybe you've transformed your body and you're still toe dipping around this marriage thing. I got to tell you, I'm really happy we healed each other because this empty nesting thing would suck if I didn't like you. Yeah. I'm so happy we're best friends again because I'm having a blast.
I would agree.
But whatever that means for you, whether it's in your fitness, your business, your personal life, your relationships, stop waiting for the perfect time. Stop waiting for everything to line up. Stop playing small. When you go all in, that's where the magic happens. You won't regret it. I swear. I swear you will not regret it.
And when you fully commit, you shift from hoping to creating. And right now you're doing a lot of hoping. When you fully commit, you shift from hoping to creating. And when you start creating, that is when the universe finally comes to meet you halfway.
God, I fucking love that.
Let's wrap it.
Let's wrap it. Guys, sorry I got a little emotional. I'll get myself under control, and we will see you next time.